Still, Roger was a youth nonprofit director for almost another decade, constantly partnering with young Chicago authors. During this time, like Nikki Patan before me, I had opportunities taken away, as YCA elites retaliated. I spoke about this at an open discussion Nikki held about abuse in the scene. Was quoted by the Chicago Reader. A year later, I would be in the Reader again for my work giving free workshops and accountability processes surrounding sexual violence. I emailed all my poetry peers, hoping they would be proactive. It never happened. I would just get blocked, muted, and talked about behind closed doors. YCA teaching artists like B. Capri texted me telling me I couldn't perform if I talked about Roger. After a mediation with Kevin Koval, I started the YCA program Curiosity, alongside my fellow former whistleblowers Fatima, Jamila, and H-Melt. However, H-Melt and I were fired at the end of our 2-year pilot, the only non-tenured teaching artists. The only folks who kept organizing around YCA harm. Is it because of Roger? H-Melt asked Jamila and Nate Marshall, sobbing. After later negotiations, just I was let go. The person whose prior testimony had forced the first public statement from young Chicago authors concerning this. I stopped talking to H-Melt and the gang, though we did one last show at the Promontory. Even as I tried to move on, YCA folks were everywhere. I was recognized by Roger's partner with their kids at the Shed Aquarium. She was happy to see me. Younger co-workers at the Museum of Contemporary Art had seen me at open mics. A young black woman I'd been working with for one of my festivals cornered me in my DMs, saying I ignored her requests for a private conversation. I was burned out from doing mediations, and yet she demanded I call out RJL, who was an event photographer at the Promontory in Hyde Park, and a YCA teaching artist. She was the 4th woman I'd been informed of him harming. I amplified her call out and got blocked by even more black women, like Jasmine Barber and DJ Bonita Appleblunt, who I'd personally supported for years. I recommended folks employing RJ do workshops for the public to process harm. Some did, some didn't. In a sad turn of events, Malcolm London, who flaked on our first activism group to go to a baby shower for Roger, would become a political martyr after being arrested at police protests. Then, black women London had harmed spoke up. Did the younger generation do any better at holding one of its own accountable? Continually failed by its elders? No. A cycle of abuse passed itself down generationally, causing harm well into the next decade, the 2020s. This is the fall of YCA.